To start off, I'm going to tell you a bit about the West Point Grey area in general. We will give you a short introduction of the main problems in West Point Grey. Then we will go deeper into our sole problem with bike lanes on West 10th Ave, the main commercial district in Point Grey. After that, we will go on to explain our solution. Some of the key features of West Point Grey include larger lot sizes, as well as an older than average demographic and many empty houses due to foreign buyers. This area, in the past, used to be home to many young university professors and families. However, over the years, it has changed drastically.
We're out here driving down a random West Point Grey neighborhood. As you can see, there are many nice houses and it's very green.
Large, luscious houses like this are common in the West Point Grey area. The spectacular views are a driving factor which make it so desirable to live here. However, the desirability is one of West Point Grey's biggest problems. After foreign investors realized that the housing market was booming, they saw it as an opportunity to invest and park their money. And because many of these houses are used as investments rather than primary residences, it has caused an emptiness throughout the neighborhood. This emptiness has caused the commercial district of West Point Grey, West 10th, to suffer tremendously. While driving down West 10th, we saw many for rent signs as well as empty shops. We believe that one potential solution to this could be to implement a bike lane, which would therefore increase bike traffic down 10th, and in turn increase the amount of business going on 10th. The current bike lane through West Point Grey is down 8th Avenue, which draws all cyclists away from the main commercial zone of activity. Through our research of traveling down 10th, we discovered that people wanted to bike down 10th. However, there is not the necessary infrastructure for them to safely do so. We saw people who had to resort to biking down the sidewalk. The reason this can't happen is because it puts pedestrians at risk. We went out and asked business owners what they thought of this problem. So, what is your name and what do you do on West 10th?
My name is Patricia Mays, and I am the owner-optometrist of West 10th Eyes, Doctors of Optometry.
And how long have you been working on 10th?
Almost 24 years next month.
I'm here with Aaron, the owner of Enigma on 10th and Trimble in West Point Grey.
Do you feel as though West 10th is somewhat empty in comparison to the large amounts of residents in the area?
Well, it's become more empty as the years have gone on, but maybe a few reasons. One, a lot of young families that were raised are now empty nesters, and then with real estate, with the offshore money investing in Vancouver, there's a lot of empty houses, and I know the city's trying to deal with that with empty house taxes and promote people living in the empty houses. And the real estate's very expensive, so there's no young families buying in. There's very few young families buying into these homes because the real estate prices are so high.
And would you say young families are the primary shoppers?
They're the big shoppers. They're accumulating a lot in their 30s and 40s. For me, as an optometrist, my market is more 50 plus because you need your eye care more as you get older. So health care on 10th is probably used more by the seniors, but for food and clothing. I think that's younger families buy that more.
Do you feel like West 10th, which in West Point Grey has a lot of residents in the area, has a disproportionate amount of people in the area shopping in the major zone of activity?
Completely. There's, per capita, I think we're only getting about 15% of the residents.
Why do you think that is?
I just don't think there's the diversity in the neighborhood that there used to be, and most of the smaller stores have closed. The stores aren't as owner operated as they used to be, and the big box stores haven't. It's too small a neighborhood to have the Cactus Clubs, the Earls, and the larger locations.
Feel that the bike lane being on 8th takes away from potential customers?
Yes, because if they were right on 10th, then they would be shopping. They would maybe more spontaneously shop or plan it to shop on.
Do you feel like the bike lane on 8th takes away from the traffic on 10th at all?
Yeah, it does. It's definitely taken away the foot traffic and also the visibility of what's available on 10th, as well as providing a straight shot home rather than somewhere where people can stop and maybe pick up something to eat or pick up some groceries on the way home.
Do you ever bike to work, and if so, do you feel safe biking down 10th?
I do not feel safe biking down 10th, so quite often I'll go on the sidewalk when I'm doing my errands, when I need to go to the produce store and the meat market and the fish store and drop my shoes off to get repaired. So then I'll ride on the sidewalk very slowly and carefully, or walk my bike up the sidewalk. And I'll try, if I'm just commuting to work, I'll take 8th if I don't need to do any shopping, but otherwise I don't feel safe riding my bike on 10th Avenue.
Considering there's no bike lane, would you feel safe biking to work down 10th?
Depending on how the road was formatted, I think having a look at the road quite carefully, it's got quite a steep gradient, and there's also, it's very heavily trafficked with the direct route buses to UBC. So finding a way to put the bus lane in and to keep the cyclists feeling safe and not creating a huge traffic nightmare with the buses, I think would probably have to be carefully considered.
Would you ultimately support the bike lane on 10th?
Yeah, we do. We actually already, we have 2 bike stands out there already, and we would absolutely increase the bike stands and the availability of just a means for the bike riders to create a destination point for them to come and visit.
As you can see, this particular business owner thinks that bike lanes can be a great addition to West 10th Ave. She feels as though biking on 10th at the moment is unsafe, and that the implementation of bike lanes would in fact increase customers to her business. Her solution to this problem is to take away 2 of the 6 driving lanes and replace them with a bike lane. We know that this will be a very effective solution because other cities around the world have implemented it and it has worked very well, such as Barcelona, Spain. The bike lane would go right down the center of the street. There would then be 1 lane of driving and 1 lane of parking on each side. On 10th, there's plenty of room to put visually appealing barricades between the drivers, such as planters or small trees. The main thing holding us back from this bike lane is car traffic. However, we believe that if more people switched to biking to work every day, this problem would be eliminated. Now, some may say this is too much to ask, but the fact of the matter is that we live in a temperate climate, making this very doable. And furthermore, the positive health impacts of this would work in conjunction with Vancouver's healthy lifestyle. It can be done. By making just this one small change, we believe that we could turn West 10th into a growing and thriving commercial district once again.